Hi, the Metal Maniac back again, and this time I'm going to be doing a review on Defenders of the Faith by Judas Priest. There we go. Released in, was it 1984? Oh yeah, and by the way, it's definitely a better 1984 release than Power Slave by far. I mean, this kicks Power Slave in the ass. In terms of just how good of an album from that year it is. I think it's my favorite. This is my favorite 1984 album. Anyway, jabs at Iron Maiden aside, this album was a pretty big deal back in the day, considering the fact that Judas Priest had finally found their signature sound on their previous album, Screaming for Vengeance, and then perfected it with this album. Um, oh, yeah, there's the full artwork. I think it also continues a little bit on here. Oh, yeah, so the band members. Of course, Rob Halford on vocals, Glenn Tipton and KK Downing on guitar, Ian Hill on bass, and Dave Holland on drums. Set this part down. So yeah, the front is of course an absolute classic album artwork. I think I this is a I don't know what this creature is supposed to be. I mean, I know its name, it's the Metallion, but I don't know exactly what it's supposed to be. I mean, the front half looks like a cyborg tiger, while the back half looks like a tank. Is it supposed to be sentient, or is it just a weird war machine? I don't know. Anyway, it has another read up on the back like some Judas Priest albums do. It says, "Rising from the darkness where hell hath no mercy, and screams of vengeance echo on forever. Only those that keep the faith shall escape the wrath of the Metallion, master of all metal." So yeah, it's the Metallion. I always love when Judas Priest put read ups of their characters on albums. Um, and yeah, this is the 30th anniversary edition, which came out a few years ago. I do own another version. Let's see, where is it? Yeah, here it is. I also own. Oh, this is the other one is the one I owned first. The 2001 remaster, which sounds good, but honestly, the sound on this one sounds a lot better. Like the audio is a lot better on this one. Although the audio is pretty good on this one. This one doesn't have a bunch of. This one doesn't have a bonus disc. Anyway, that back in there, and a bunch of albums fell over. Anyway, um, so the album starts off with "Free Will Burning," which is an absolute classic. It's not my favorite Judas Priest song, but it's still really, really good. Rob Halford does some really awesome rapid fire vocals in I guess the mid section of this song, or like near the mid section. For some reason, whenever I think of this title, "Free Will Burning," I always think of Ghost Rider and his a motorcycle with the burning wheels, and also that shitty sequel to the first Ghost Rider movie with that where Ghost Rider makes this like construction equipment light fire and it's a giant burning wheel. I always think of that when I think of Free Will Burning for some reason. Um, but yeah, Free Will Burning is awesome. And for a while, when I before I bought this album, or before I bought any of the albums, when I just heard the title Free Will Burning, I back in the day, I always thought it was Fire Wheel Burning. Anyway, second song, Jawbreaker. Not my favorite off the album, but it's still really, really good. It's catchy. I'll give it that. Um, Rock Hard Ride Free. This one's super catchy. I think. Um, trying to decide. Oh yeah, so it's one of two um more commercially kind of like radio friendly songs. Judas Priest did a lot of those throughout their albums, except for maybe the two Ripper Owens era stuff. But when Rob Halford was, whenever Rob Halford was in charge of when he was doing an album, whenever he was in charge of Priest, he would always like sprinkle some radio friendly songs throughout the albums just to appease that audience as well. But yeah, Rock Hard Ride Free is pretty good. It is not as intense as a lot of other Judas Priest songs just because it is supposed to be sort of radio friendly. But it's really, really good. It's catchy. I love it. And then, of course, my favorite Judas Priest song of all time, and one of my favorite songs of all time, The Sentinel. Oh, I love this version, and I love the live version equally. Like, the live version from that one music video, I still can't find I can't find, like, the the live album that particular live footage is from. Like, if you look on the Judas Priest YouTube channel, it's, the live version of the Sentinel. Like, I thought it was the '84 live show, but apparently it wasn't. It may have been later on. It may have been late '80s. It may have been during the Turbo Tour or something. I don't know. But that version with the live footage, that was amazing. Um, Honestly, unlike a lot of songs that have a live version, that usually I think the live version is better. But honestly, the studio version and that particular live version are equally as good. Like they're both equal in how awesome they are. Um, but yeah, it's just a really legendary Judas Priest song and one of the most legendary metal songs of all time. I'd even say it's better than Painkiller. Like, yeah, it's better than Painkiller, even though I love Painkiller. Um, but it just has this really sort of grit to it that I love that Rob Halford brings to the song. Um, and the chorus too is just awesome. I love how it gets that really sort of high, not like a high sort of vocals as he would do on the song Painkiller, like that's really high, but this is still kind of high. Um, but yeah, really awesome. The two-piece guitar solo is one of my favorite guitar solos of all time. Like, it's like where KK and Glenn kind of like share different bits of the main solo. Like one does one part, the other does other, and then they go back and forth. You see it during the live performance. It's really cool. And then I guess I love how in the live performance, Rob Halford is sort of conducting, like doing a musical conductor thing, where it's like it's awesome to see. Um, but yeah, the Sentinel, an awesome legendary song by Judas Priest. Love Bites, a vampire themed song apparently, and it's awesome. It's very sinister in its opening, and then it gets sort of more catchy and I don't know, not less sinister, but more of gleefully evil in a way. But yeah, Love Bites is awesome. Eat Me Alive. Um, this one took me a while to enjoy. I don't know why, but it's really, really good. Um, I don't remember seeing a live version on YouTube of this one. Might have not. I might have missed it, and it's on there somewhere. I might have just been stupid and not seen it. But I think there might have been a video for it. Some heads are gonna roll. I think this is the most radio friendly out of the two ones. Like Rock Hard by Free and some heads are gonna roll. I think or some heads are gonna roll is a lot more radio friendly. And but yeah, it's still really good. It's not very complex in its lyrical structure. It's very simplistic, both in lyrical structure and in instruments and everything about it. But it's still really, really good. I love it. Although the rest of the album kind of goes downhill. Like the last three songs are pretty bad. Night Comes Down is forgettable. Heavy Duty is terrible, and the title track, Defenders of the Faith, like I don't know. It's not good. But other than those last three songs, this album's amazing. Like, it's just one of the best 80s metal albums of all time. And I think Judas Priest's best 80s metal album. Like I said before, this is the 30th anniversary edition. I think it came out around 2015. I don't know. I'm not good with dates. I'm terrible at math too, but that's just me. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. Anyway, oh yeah, there are special features on this. It's not really special features, just basically a live album combined with this regular studio album. It's the '84 tour, the Defenders of the Faith tour. You open it up. There's a shadow of the Metallion, and then inside there's three of them. There's Rob Halford, Ian Hill, I think, and I don't know. I can't quite make out who that is, because his face is covered by his guitar. But yeah, and then the other disc. Oh, there's three discs. I completely forgot there's three discs. I don't really listen to the live one that much, just because I prefer 98 Live Meltdown to most Judas Priest live stuff. Um, but yeah, there's three discs. The first one is their studio album, and the two other ones are the live album. But yeah, it's a pretty big album. I don't have any other. See, this is interesting. I don't have any other releases of any other albums that are three discs. I mean, I would have had. I would have had. Oh, I can't remember how to fold this back up. Oh, there we go. And I would have had a three-disc release of I guess the first three Death albums, but unfortunately those were limited edition, and I tried to get them, but they were already gone at that point. But yeah, so this is the first one of three discs that I have. Oh, and I just want to show you something really quick. It's the pamphlet. Oddly, what's very aggravating is that a lot of these releases that have come out in recent years, like the 30th anniversary, like the anniversary editions of stuff, and then the remastered versions, a lot of the times they don't put lyric booklets in with them. Like, no, this is not a lyric booklet. This is just a booklet showing pictures of them during their live tour. Um, but I'll show you that in a minute. But I'm gonna get off topic a little bit and do a little rant about the fact that there's no lyrical booklet. Anyway, so like I said, in recent years, there's been a lack of lyric pamphlets slash booklets in albums, especially in um, anniversary editions and re-releases or remasters. That's the same with that happened with this album. It happened with From Beyond by Massacre, the remastered version of that one. It happened with, I think, what other one do I have? Oh, the remastered version of Cause of Death by Obituary. It's happened with a lot of albums, but those are the only ones that I've gotten that I can say for sure that has a problem with it. But yeah, that's the rant that I think needed to be done. Just trying to warn you guys, if you're gonna get this particular version or anything like that's a remaster or a re-release or a 30th anniversary edition. Just do your research and make sure it has a lyrical pamphlet slash booklet if you really want to know the lyrics and aren't 100% familiar with them. But yeah, so yeah, like I said, I was going to show you the booklet. This is just a little summary of the album and the time it was made. There's the different band members: Rob Halford, uh, Ian Hill. I always get young KK Downing and Glenn Tipton confused, just because I'm more familiar with what they look like nowadays. But I'm pretty sure Glenn Tipton is the one with the red guitar. If you can see that, and then KK is the one with the black guitar. I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then more of a summary of the album. More summary of the album and a picture of the poster for the world tour, which I really like that poster, by the way. I don't see how much it is online, but I'm gonna try to get it at one point. If it's like over like $200, I'm not gonna get it. But if I could find one in like mint or near mint condition, I'm probably gonna get it because it's so cool. I really, really want that. And I love the logo in red and black. That's awesome. More pictures of the band members. I guess a picture of them setting up the wherever they're playing at. You can see the medallion behind them. It's not finished yet. You can see it doesn't have the colored plating on it yet. So this is, I guess this is before the show happened and they were just setting up. So that's cool to see a little behind the scenes stuff too. More pictures of the band. Another picture, I guess. Huh. There's a crowd of people down there. They're silhouetted, but you can kind of see them. So I wonder if it wasn't colored. I wonder if the Italian thing wasn't colored. I don't know why it. I mean, on the actual artwork, it's blue, yellow, and red. So I don't know why they leave it uncolored on the actual mechanical thing. I don't know. Maybe ran out of budget. Uh, of course, Rob Halford on his Harley motorcycle on stage. Gotta have that on at a live performance. And the rest of the band members again, and just more information on the back. But yeah, overall, it's an absolutely legendary album, and it's great. Not only the best album from 1984, but it's definitely one of the best albums from one of the best metal albums from the 80s, and the best Judas Priest album from the 80s. They finally found their sound. Well, they did with Scream of Revenge, but they perfected it on this one. Everyone's comfortable in their roles. Everyone's just having a great time at this point. Like, there's very little conflicting stuff going on. Overall, an absolutely great album. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. I would have given it a 10 out of 10, but the last 3 songs kind of weigh it down just a bit. So, yeah, it's a 9 out of 10 for me. So, that's it for this review. I'm probably going to upload one more video, if not one more after that, if I really feel like it. So, yeah, that's it for this review, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.